Everybody, today we're playing Minecraft again, and we're going to do some fun little projects, a lot of them in preparation for some bigger projects we're going to do in later episodes, but today we're going to start off with building a bamboo farm. So this is something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, since the last update. It's something that it's kind of important if you, especially late game. So if you guys didn't know, bamboo can be used as fuel. And you can farm bamboo because it's it's like a sugarcane type plant, so it grows up in a stalk. That means you can push it around with pistons and stuff like that. So a lot of people are using it for like unlimited fuel farms. But just a quick note, so you might be able to see it's a time lapse. It's not actually me playing live. So lately I've been playing a lot of Minecraft, but I haven't been feeling like sitting down and recording. So basically what I've been doing is just playing, recording it, and then just putting it in a time lapse, and I'm just gonna like talk over the time lapse. Plus this way I have a little bit of hindsight of what's going on. So let's kind of get into it. So the first thing we're gonna do today is, like I said, the bamboo farm. So it's a very, very simple setup, almost just like a sugar cane. It actually is exactly like the sugar cane. So bamboo just grows up straight forward, and it can grow very tall, but I'm gonna cut it off at around 4 because I'm gonna have my pistons running or like pushing every like 15 seconds, so it's not gonna grow that high anyway. But yeah, you can see here that I made the first layer is the grass where the bamboo is gonna go, and then hoppers are next to it. That's where they're gonna get pushed into, and then one block up is a piston, which is just gonna extend and break it, and then the redstone on top of that block is gonna extend all of the pistons. And we're gonna build the redstone timer itself in a little bit here. And what I did for now is I'm just made the farm 2 layers high. Now I can technically make this as high as I want, but for now I just made it 2 layers high because I'm not planning to use the bamboo as my sole source of fuel, not for a little bit, because right now I still have a lot of coal, and my industrial furnace is still, it's not set up to have bamboo in it. Right now it's still a coal furnace setup. So that'll definitely be a project for another day. So this is gonna set up for that project. Now real quick, this is the timer for it. This is like the famous Etho hopper clock. It's very simple. It's just 2 hoppers facing into each other, comparators on both sides, a block at the end of each comparator, redstone on each side, and then 2 sticky pistons, and then a redstone block in the middle. And now depending on how many items you put in the hopper, the faster or slower it'll get. So if you place 5 items, it's fairly quick. If you place 10 items, it's slower and slower and slower. So for this, I think I put like 15-20 items, so it comes back and forth pretty quickly, because I don't want the bamboo to grow too high and then I'm wasting its like ticks of growing. So I do it pretty frequently. And you can see here, so I built the timer. Now I'm just running it up with a torch pillar, just running it up to all of them. And the torch pillar works out in this case because it's about like 5 blocks between each layer, so that gives me just enough like spots to put the torches. So if you guys don't know how the torch pillars work, the first layer is on, then off, then on, then off. I want, in this case, them to be on the off position, so when the timer goes off, they turn on. So in this case it worked out for this farm. And like I said, for the second one, I just did the same thing. It's basically, this is a layer, just kind of like a cake. The first layer is the entire farm, and then you just stack it the more you want. And I probably will start stacking it more the more bamboo I need, maybe once we get that unlimited fuel source going. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Now this farm isn't lossless. This is just something I came up with in about 30 seconds. It's not lossless because the bamboo can land on the grass, so it's not 100% efficient, but it's fairly close. I watched it for a little bit, and not many actually do get lost. But either way, bamboo grows pretty quickly, so even if you lose 1 or 2, if you make this big enough, it's going to be very high either way. So I'm just putting here the final touches on it, which is just the glass, which is basically just the decoration. Now you might be wondering, you're just gonna leave those 3 chests, that's it for the storage? No. And this is where our next really big projects a project comes in. Now this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. If you guys remember, when we built the slime farm, we cleared out a very large area underground. Well, and this is the finished farm. What I'm planning to do is make that place like a central hub for item storage. So my slime farm is down there, but I want to make it just a large storage for all of my farms. So you can see down here, this is the hole. Right now it's pretty barren, but we'll spruce it up as we go. So you can see here, I'm dragging the hoppers, and I'm going to be dragging them down into the basement. And later in this video, I'm going to be doing the same thing with the cactus, the sugarcane, the pumpkins, and the melons. So yeah, for now I'm just bringing it down, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hopper it all the way down and get like 30-40 chests, kind of like how our giant warehouses. I'm going to be doing the same thing, and I'm just going to bring everything down. Now this is a little bit counterproductive to the warehouse because I meant to put everything there, but then I was just thinking it's easier to bring everything underground because it's just lower. Now I can use like the droppers to bring items up, but I think that's a little too much work. So what I'm going to basically be doing is using them kind of simultaneously. The warehouse is going to be our huge bulk, like massive. This is going to be our like medium, and then obviously just the farms themselves are going to be like the small storage. So basically these are massive, but when these get full, they'll get moved to the warehouse. Is kind of like my thought process. But you can see here I'm building the first storage area. This is just for the bamboo that we just built. So yeah, all of them is going to come down here, and what's going to be nice about this is all of my farms, you'll see me in a little bit, I'm going to bring them all down. So all of my farms will be in one big central area. So if I need the sugarcane, if I need the cactus, I don't have to go to the farm itself, because as of this like right time in this recording, each storage is separate, and basically whenever it filled up, I just moved them to a different location. This way, they're all gonna come to the same place. So while doing all these farms, there is one thing that I did neglect to think about, and that's obviously the storage. The storage takes chests, and here you could see me starting to work on the pumpkin farm. So I do this one, and then the melon, and then the other two. So it's a very simple concept. Basically, I take this storage system, break it completely down, just take the hopper straight down, and I do the same thing I did with the bamboo, and I just make a ton of chests down there. So the one thing that I did forget about is how many chests would take, because I'm basically building a storage area for like 5-6 farms. So during this, I thought, wow, I need a lot of wood. So what does that call for? Obviously a wood farm. And with the new update, they made some changes to TNT, where when TNT blows up, it actually drops the items that it blows up. So just a little spoiler for next episode, we're going to be building an industrial tree farm. So for this episode, I managed to get enough wood to finish off all of the storage, but I basically ran myself dry. So a lot of this is also going to be in preparation of the wood farm, which we're going to do next episode. So you can see me here doing the exact same thing that I did with the bamboo, and just making a nice storage system. So hopefully, like in a couple months while I'm still working on this, we'll just have like a ton of farms, maybe for every single item, and they're all going to be sucked down here. So there's going to be like one main central area. That's kind of the dream. At first I thought maybe the warehouse was a good idea, but then I hated thinking about like bringing up all the items and then having all like the wiring throughout like the ground, and then me mining and breaking something. I think this is easier just to bring it straight down. And then this is such a large area, I don't think we'll have like a problem, especially with storage. So you can see me here doing the same thing now with the melons. So I'm just breaking the hoppers, gonna bring them straight down and all the way down into the basement. Now, some other things we're gonna do in this episode, because this is fairly self-explanatory with these chests, we're also going to prepare ourselves for the industrial tree farm by building a sapling farm. So there's different designs with the industrial tree farm. There are they're not like much bigger than what I'm gonna build, because I designed my own tree farm. This is something that I'm starting to like to do. Before, when I would build redstone creations, I would kind of just look up a tutorial and do it, but for once I really want to do things myself. So this bamboo farm is my design. It's very simple, but it's my design. And then this tree farm, I'm going to make it my design again. Now I'm going to be using ideas and concepts from other people, but farms can only be so different at some point. So my tree farm is fairly compact compared to big industrial ones, and like the bigger ones, they have their own sapling collection system, where mine isn't going to have that. So while other people are going to be able to replenish their saplings and keep going, I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to need a different source of saplings. So we are going to build a sapling farm, and like I said, you guys will be able to see the industrial tree farm next episode, because that's 100% what we're doing. Like I said, it's going to be my own design, so it's a little bit smaller, and it's not 100 like my bamboo farm. It's not 100% efficient, but it feels better to me because it's my own design. I kind of built it. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So in here, I'm starting to do the same thing with the sugarcane. So you can see me just building more chests, and like I said, guys, look at the amount of chests. This is a lot of wood. I really needed the industrial farm before this. Thank God that I farmed enough wood for this. And I also had a couple chests lying around, plus tearing down the old storage systems did give me more wood. But the sapling farm is definitely something we're going to need to build a little bit before the industrial tree farm, because without the saplings, the tree farm doesn't really work. Now, the industrial tree farm that I'm going to build, it does have a collection system for the saplings. It's just not very efficient. So I'll kind of tell you guys a little bit before. So most good tree farms they have like obviously a piece of grass in the middle where you can plant your trees, and then they have like a 2x2 of hoppers around, and then the tree grows, then they have leaf crushers, and then all of that kind of gets spoon fed out in one direction. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to have like one circle of hoppers around it, and then I'm going to have no leaf crushers. I'm just basically going to be taking the wood and pushing it out. So wood and grass or leaves are going to be growing around it, but basically I don't have a mechanism to destroy them. Now, this isn't going to destroy the tree farm because wood is still going to be coming out. I just won't have a sapling collection system, but every once in a while saplings will fall, so I'll collect a little bit, but for the most part I'm going to need to collect my own saplings. Now, this doesn't mean that I won't be upgrading the tree farm, so I'm going to build it just like a more compact version, but definitely in the future I'm looking to make it like a fully even sapling collection systems and all that stuff. But as far as the wood goes, I'm going to get as much wood as any other farm. The farm is just a little bit harder to sustain because there's no sapling collection. And real quickly, just a quick update what's going on your screen. So now I'm doing the same thing that I've been doing for every single other farm with the cactus. You can see me here just trying to like get some of the cactus back in the chests, because this cactus farm has been running forever and I have a lot of cactus. But yeah. Here I'm just like testing to see if it still works, because I got a little bit spooked that maybe the cactus farm maybe got broken in an update, but it didn't. It still works. So yeah, that's what I'm doing there. So right after I finish this, in about like 20 seconds, we're going to start the sapling farm. And the sapling farm has a pretty simple design. I like my simple designs. Obviously, everything we do is going to be later upgraded, because I'm planning to never really finish this world. I know a lot of people go on like season 2 of their Let's Play, but honestly I'm not that type of guy. I like one world and I'm gonna stick to it. We've already been on this world for I think like 5 years now, so I'm not going anywhere. So everything's gonna get updated. But this tree farm, how it's gonna work is I'm just gonna have every 3 or 4 blocks apart a piece of grass, put wood on top of that, and then I'm gonna go a layer up every 4 blocks, and then water running down, and then I'm just gonna have to manually break the trees, and then the saplings are gonna fall into the water, and just all of it's gonna get brought down to the one strip of hoppers. Pretty simple farm. My first design of this farm was actually straight, but then I couldn't figure out the water. I know there's a way, but I was just too lazy to figure it out. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it look even cooler by making it kind of like a cascade up as like a waterfall. Now, once again, this isn't a 100% efficient farm because sometimes the saplings do get stuck on top of the grass block. But that's something I can't really fix unless I want to run water on top of the block. And like I said, I didn't want to make this straight, so it is what it is. Now, I only built this in this video, I think like 4 or 5 blocks or stories up, but I did expand it. I wonder if it's in this video. I might have expanded it, but I know I played a little bit after obviously I recorded this, and I expanded it pretty high, almost all the way back until the mountains that you see behind me. Now, I did also test the sapling farm. It's not super like, it's not very great because obviously trees, it's kind of a shame, but they don't drop a lot of saplings. It's pretty hard to get saplings. After I built the entire thing, I did an entire round and I only got 2 stacks of saplings from the entire thing. Now, obviously, I do get some wood because I have to chop the trees, so that's kind of like a bonus. I get wood and the saplings and apples, but I don't really use the apples. And for the sapling farm, I need double chests and double chests of it. So I have a good feeling that a lot of times what I'm gonna end up doing is like planting them, destroying all the wood while waiting for the saplings, going out to a forest, getting some more. By the time I come back, they're going to be grown, chop them, and I'm just going to repeat that cycle to get a lot of saplings. So you can kind of start seeing the flow here. I'm just going to go one up and then just space the trees out. And then the reason I did this was to save on hopper space, because also in my original design where I had it all flat, I had like hoppers on every single 4th row. That was a lot of iron, so what I ended up doing is making the water cascade down, so then I only need to use like 20 buckets of like however long that is, and then just 1 row of hoppers, which is super nice. And like I said, this is in preparation for the tree farm because I'm going to need saplings. So here I'm just kind of doing the final decorations on it. I need kind of that wall to like stop the water from not turning over. You can see me here, I'm placing all the water down. Now again, I don't remember if I did it in this recording session, but I did end up putting dispensers on the entire line back there, so I can basically just run redstone, a lever all the way down to the bottom, and I can just switch a lever from the bottom to make it work. Just make it easier on everyone. But you can see the water cascades all the way down, and then the trees will just grow. Now, it is a little bit hard to get to the trees because I'm in the water, but I found a pretty decent system of kind of like hopping between the trees and getting rid of them. And again, this is kind of nice because this itself, farming saplings, does give me wood, so it works in both directions, I guess. But yeah, so today, just to recap, we built a bamboo farm. We built like 6 storage systems down at the bottom for all of our farms, and those are going to be decorated and expanded later on. And we built a sapling farm in preparation for next episode where we're building a tree farm, and the entirety of the next episode is going to be dedicated to that because it needs like TNT duplicators, storage system, collection, like pushing, obviously like the main. So it's going to be a big project and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, you can see me here testing the saplings, just kind of doing my thing, seeing how it's going to go. But guys, it's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next episode is going to be really good. Trust me, it's going to be a pretty big project, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and comment, as this is Frohzen channel, and I'll see you guys later. God bless, and goodbye.